NBA All-Star Tyrese Haliburton on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm excited to have you on Hoop Streams because you're coming off your best season as a pro, averaging over 20 points, 10 assists a game. And Tyrese, you've talked openly about how the trade from Sacramento last year was hard for you, but how do you feel you settled into your first full season in Indianapolis?
I feel like it went well. A lot of things going on and new roles and new teammates and just a new overall experience. But I thought it went very well. Want to keep growing on that. Would love to play in some playoff basketball next year. So that's 100% the goal. But I think we laid a solid foundation.
And like I said, you were an all-star. You put up career numbers. You also received an all-defensive first-team vote, to which you responded with this meme. Um, Care to explain what that meant?
I was just very shocked to see myself on that list. I thought it was a joke. So Drewski, I think, has a great reaction to how I looked at the time. Like, no way, you talking about me? So that's definitely where I was thinking at the time.
I mean, just believe you're a two-way player. Don't let people sleep on Tyrese
Right.
Haliburton being that. Like, own that vote. You didn't ever find out who it was, did you?
I think I did. He's some German writer. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but shout out to him. We appreciate
Shout,
it.
shout out to him. Um, Look, and you were quite literally the face of the franchise, representing the organization at the draft lottery. You fell short of snagging the number one pick and a chance at Victor Wembanyama, but got that seventh pick. What are your expectations for yourself and the development of this Pacers team next season?
Yeah, I think we've laid a solid foundation to know what we need moving forward. I'm excited to kind of be a part of the process. Last year, I was at the majority of the draft workouts and got to see Ben's workout before we ultimately picked him. So I'm excited to see who we have come in for workouts and to see them work out. I think we need some wings, some depth on the wing to defend multiple positions and things like that. But I'm just curious what we're gonna do.
Well, that's the future. You shared some history on Twitter. You shared the first NBA jersey you ever wore was a Carmelo Anthony All-Star jersey, I believe, in your tribute to the future Hall of Famer as he announced his retirement. What can you share about what he meant to you growing up?
Yeah, I kind of alluded to it in the tweet, but man, Melo was, one of the guys for me. That '03 draft class is special for me because that's, right around, I was like six, like 2006 is probably when I like fell in love with basketball. LeBron has always been my guy, Carmelo, D Wade, and now that I'm in the NBA, I get to have personal relationships with those guys. And I remember my first ever preseason game was against the Blazers against Carmelo, and I got him on the switch, and I like lost the ball. I couldn't even dribble. I was so shook. So that's what that picture is. It's like I lost the ball. I'm picking it up. Like, oh, where do I go now? But now I have great relationships with those guys, and anytime I see Melo, it's nothing but love. So definitely a Hall of Fame career, and congrats to him.
And he just is universally loved, across the league. And we've seen just an outpouring of support and reminiscing. And one question a lot of people have been talking about is, should Denver retire his jersey? You were wearing that number 15, which was the number he wore in Denver, but a guy named Nikola Jokic is still wearing number 15. What do you think Denver should do with Carmelo's jersey?
I think it's an instance where you have to double retire. I do personally. I think that they need to put Melo up, and then ultimately Jokic has to go up shortly after. But to my knowledge, the Nuggets have never made the finals. So the Western Conference Finals, Melo took them there in '09. And I think as of right now, if he's not the best player in organization history, he's number two. So I don't understand how you couldn't have him in the rafters. I'm sure they'll take care of it in due time.
Yeah, I mean, the rules don't have to be so black and white with this. Like, I think people can understand, oh, Melo and then Jokic both were wearing it at the same time. If you want to get into a discussion that the Denver Nuggets shouldn't have even given away the 15, that's a different conversation for a different day. You
Right.
were wearing your own All-Star jersey this year. What do you remember most about what is always a hectic weekend for first-time All-Stars?
Yeah, there was so much going on. Like there was a ton of stuff going on, going to have to see different things, going to the dunk contest, the Rising Stars game. I participated in the 3-point contest. It was just a lot of fun. And I think what everybody kind of told me from talking with guys who were all-stars or currently all-stars was just, to enjoy every moment. You only get one first all-star game. So I definitely enjoyed it a ton. Made a lot of memories, and hopefully I can, continue to be in All-Star games moving forward and, create more.
It took Damian 3 times to win the 3-point contest. So does that mean you're going to come back and try to win it next year?
Well, next year's an Indy, so I have to come back.
Uh,
Yeah, I choked in the finals, so like I feel like I owe it to myself to give it another go around. But I think if I can do it next year, I think I have a good chance to win. But I think I'm like 3-4 is my magic number. If I can't get it in 3-4, then it's time for me to stop.
But look, breaking news. We already know one of the contestants in the 3-point contest, and you're going to be a host next year. So it's going to be an exciting time for Indy for sure. As before we let you go, let's just get into these playoffs this season. We all know the Lakers and Celtics are both down 3-0 in each conference finals. Which one of those teams do you give a better chance at winning 4 straight and coming back, which has never happened in history?
I don't think either are going to do it, but if I had to pick one, I would probably say Los Angeles. I just think, with LeBron, AD, their team has won a championship before. Their 2 best guys have won a championship before. But, I mean, both teams, Denver and Miami have kind of, stopped both these teams in their tracks. I think they've defended at such a high level. They're both locked in scouts and things like that. And I think Denver has done a good job of responding, during adversity in, game 2 and game 3. So, I think LA has a better chance if either of them do.
Yeah, they would have to dig deep, that's for sure, either of them. I always say it's hard to bet against LeBron James from pulling off the impossible, but this is going to be pretty hard for them to do. Thank you so much, Tyrese, for joining us on Hoop Streams. Enjoy your summer and good luck next season.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.